Hey, I had a ton of fun making that TWEWY video, so I wanted to recommend another piece of media that I love, Delicious in Dungeon, which is a really great anime, but unlike TWEWY, it isn't really obscure at all. It's actually pretty popular, but still, I only know a couple people who've seen it, and I just think it should be even more popular, cause it deserves it. So this is why you should watch Delicious in Dungeon. But what even is it? Well, Delicious in Dungeon is an anime where they go in a dungeon and cook monsters, which sounds weird, but there's a lot more to it than that. When I first heard of the show, I thought it seemed okay, but I wasn't that excited to watch it, cause it's kind of a weird concept, and I was never really that into fantasy apart from Zelda. But since it was done by the legendary studio Trigger, and was getting some really good reviews, I put it in my absurdly long watch eventually list and then forgot about it for like a year. But then my friend got really into it, and because she liked it so much, it convinced me to finally give it a chance. And I'm super glad I did, because it's amazing. And I think it's one of the best anime series ever. One of the things, or ingredients, that makes this show so special are the characters. There's a whole bunch of side characters who get surprisingly fleshed out, even with little screen time. But our main party is Laios, Marcel, Senshi, and Chilchuk, and I love them. Their interactions are all really fun to watch, and they're all really likable in their own right. Senshi is a dwarf who's a great chef and cooks the dungeon food, and he's very nice. Chilchuk is a half-foot, which is a type of human who's short and looks young, me in real life, but also they don't live that long, which is sad. He's the most serious and mature, so my least favourite, but I still like him though. Laios is the main character and a normal human sword boy. He's a little bit of an idiot, but a lovable one, and he's also obsessed with monsters. And last is Marcel, who's an elf girl and the mage. She hates dungeon food and annoying stuff. Those are the main four, but another character who's pretty important is Fallon, who's Laios' little sister. She's very nice and friendly, and she's also a mage. I love her. Also, Fallon and Marcel are in love with each other, no one can convince me otherwise. Just like TWEWY, this show also has a story that's made so great through its excellent characters. But I think Delicious in Dungeon's story is also great because of its really unique and interesting world, and the great job it does of world building. The dungeon is like an actual ecosystem, with all the different monsters having their own places and purposes in it. They have interesting behaviours and different ways that they catch and eat their prey and stuff. It's really cool and well thought out, and the show geniusly tells us these facts through Laios. Since he's really interested and passionate about monsters, we get natural exposition of him excitedly explaining the monster to the rest of the group and to the audience. The way Senshi cooks up all the monsters is also really fun to watch and interesting. He cooks them all in different ways and it ends up looking so nice, it's making me hungry. I also like how he explains the recipe step by step, it's cool. The reason the characters are even eating monsters in the first place is because they have no money and can't buy actual food. But luckily they found Senshi, who's an expert at cooking monsters. I guess if they didn't, they probably would have like accidentally eaten something poisonous and died or something, I don't know. Delicious in Dungeon is actually a localized title, and in Japan it's called Dungeon Meshi, which translates to dungeon food or dungeon meal. I actually think that's a better title, but I watched the dub and live in the UK, so I'm calling it Delicious in Dungeon. Speaking of the dub, I think it was really good. All the voices fit amazingly with the characters, the VAs do a great job at showing different emotions and stuff, and it's good. Laios is voiced by Damien from Smosh, which is pretty cool. I didn't even realize it was him until I finished the show, which I guess means he did a good job. Well, he did do a good job, but you know what I mean. And Senshi is voiced by Sungwon Cho, who's ProZD on YouTube. He's a great voice actor and also pretty funny. I thought Emily Rudd was really great as Marcel, and I think that Casey Mangelo did such a good job as Chilchuk. I didn't really like them as Shinji in the Netflix dub of Evangelion, which was what I first heard them in, but everything else I've seen them in, they've done great. I don't think I really had anything against their performance in either. I just really love Spike Spencer's Shinji voice so much that I just couldn't accept anything else. I'm sorry. But the show doesn't just sound amazing, it also looks amazing. The backgrounds are very nice looking and have a ton of detail and colour. The animation is incredible and goes super fluid and crazy in certain scenes, which I love. And it also changes styles and directors quite a lot, which is awesome and adds tons of variety to the visuals. There's also fun little details like Marcel's hairstyle, which changes 32 times throughout the series. I somehow didn't even notice it until 2/3 of the way through, but it's such a fun and cool detail. It fits well with the character and shows they must have put a lot of effort and thought into the adaptation. I really like characters in anime having different outfits instead of just sticking with the same clothes forever, since it feels more realistic, and it's just cool, they can wear different outfits and stuff, it's epic. The character designs are also great, but that's more Ryuko Kui's work than Trigger's. The anime does have quite a different style compared to the manga, but it still looks really good. I think it's absolutely incredible that animated shows even get made in the first place, because in one episode there's thousands of drawings which different people had to draw, while still making them look consistent, and then the drawings have to be put together with music and voices and sound effects, and then shows have like hundreds of episodes repeating the process again and again. It's amazing that animated shows can even exist, that this amount of people can coordinate to make a cool project like this, but I'm so glad that they do, because animation is awesome. Gotta be one of my top 10 things of all time. Another good thing about this show is that it doesn't drag on. It's never boring, stuff is constantly happening, and it's not one of those shows where certain parts just go on for ages, like Dragon Ball Z where you have to wait like 20 episodes for something to happen. The monsters that the characters fight and the different things that they do feel very diverse, so there's a ton of variety. Since every dungeon floor has something different going on, it always stays interesting, because you don't know what it's going to be like on there. And when the story gets going, that's really interesting too. I wasn't bored once throughout the show, and I get bored pretty easily, so you probably won't get bored either. Since this is a why you should watch, I don't want to spoil the story, but I'll still talk a little bit about it, so you can get the gist. So basically, in this world there's a big dungeon, and at the start, Laios' party are in the middle of an epic battle against a giant red dragon, until Laios' little sister Falin gets eaten by the dragon, which sucks. That sounds like a spoiler, but it's like actually the first thing that happens in the show. It's like the first 10 seconds or something, so don't worry. Anyway, she manages to teleport the others to safety at the last minute, and in this world they have revival magic, so Laios and his party members go back into the dungeon to beat the dragon and revive Falin. Yay! Along the way they go through the dungeon and go through traps and fight monsters and cook them. And that's basically the plot for the first half of the show. But it does get more story after that, and there's some great story stuff, which I'm not going to spoil. You can see it when you watch the show. So far, the show has covered half the story, and Season 2 will do the rest. But it will probably be a little while since it comes out, since we haven't seen anything apart from one poster. But I really can't wait to see the next series, because I think it will be amazing. I should definitely read the manga at some point as well. I really like Ryoko Kui's art style. It feels really different compared to most anime or manga, but I love different unique art styles, so it's epic. She's also super awesome and a genius for making such an amazing story. This is an unpopular opinion, but I think that Delicious in Dungeon is way better than Free Run. It clicked with me so much more. I like the characters more, it has so much more of a fun, adventurous vibe, and I like the story more. They're still both good though, I just think Free Run is kind of overrated. The openings for this show are really great and some of my favorites. Even though there's only one season, the opening switches halfway through, which was a cool surprise. The first opening uses a song called Sleepwalking Orchestra by Bump of Chicken, who also did the song Acacia for this really cool Pokemon music video called Gotcha, which is actually like one of the best videos I've ever seen. It's amazing. They also have kind of a funny weird band name, but I really like it. Anyway, this song is really good. It has a good adventure vibe to it, and I especially love the part where it's like and the visuals are great too. The second opening I also love. It definitely has more unique visuals. I have no idea what's going on, but I'm enjoying it. The song is Yunmei by Sumika, and it's very good. It's much more upbeat and happy than the first, but they're both really great songs. I never skipped either of the intros, and I also really like the ending songs. I put them all in my playlist. So, this show has very likable characters, great animation, an interesting unique world, and a great story, so you should really watch it. It did actually take me 3 or 4 episodes to get really into, so if you're not super into it, I would recommend pushing through for a little bit. The first couple episodes aren't bad at all. I still really enjoyed them. I just feel like it's better once you've gotten a bit more used to the characters, and once the plot starts kicking in a bit more. But once you do get used to the characters, the show is really special and great, so go and watch it and enjoy it. Bye!